Women around the country due to give birth over the Christmas period are struggling to find a midwife, and an increasing number are being referred to their local hospital. Yep, more work. In the Hutt Valley, midwives are fully booked for December and January, and the DHB is recruiting for more community midwives to fill the shortage. But can they find them? Midwives say the shortage happens every year, but this year, mostly due to pay issues, it's worse. Emma Hatton reports.
Ricky Midwife-Steele is due on January the 8th. The Upper Hutt woman, who is expecting her first child, says she spent 3 weeks calling midwives in the Hutt Valley region, only to find no one from a list of 42 was available.
I start calling midwives and everyone's booked. Everyone's like, either I'm really fully booked, I'm sorry I can't take anyone, or I'm going away that time of the year. I tried to email a few midwives, and again, I just get emails back saying, congrats, but we're booked. And some of them I didn't even hear back from, and never got an email back from like half the emails I sent.
She says it was a stressful time.
I was like, there are so many midwives on this list, it's going to be easy. And then, no, it's not. It's not that easy. I was near tears at one point, just because it felt kind of hopeless. I sort of had this mental image of like not being able to find a midwife at all, and that was just kind of scary.
Mrs. Midwife-Steele was eventually referred to Hutt Hospital and has been allocated a community midwife who, depending on rostering, may or may not be there to deliver the baby. A Hutt Valley midwife who doesn't want to be named says both her colleagues have decided to scale back this summer.
One of my colleagues is choosing to reduce the number she's working over December, just to reduce the chances of actually spending stat holidays in delivery suite. And the other one's choosing actually not to book any December woman.
As colleagues opt for a break, midwives who do work through the Christmas period end up busier than usual. But she says this year is worse. She was fully booked weeks ago.
I have 7 women for each month, which is full, and it is above the college's recommendations of 4 to 6 women. So that's going to be quite hectic. I received an email for a January woman last night. Her husband followed up with a phone call this morning, and I've had to redirect them to the maternity services at Hutt Hospital.
Alison Eddy from the College of Midwives says the Christmas shortage isn't new, but has got worse in recent years due to pay issues. Ms Eddy says it's difficult to quantify, but a significant number of women due over these 2 months won't have a midwife. She says it's a symptom of a failing system.
As a group practice, they would often, arrange their schedule so that there was always sufficient cover for midwifery care over that period. But as the issues around the pay have become more long-standing, what we're seeing is midwives choosing to prioritise themselves and their families over that period of time. So that's, creating the shortage.
Doctors are also noticing the shortage, as many pick up some of the slack. Medical Director for the Royal New Zealand College of GPs, Richard Medlicott, says many women due in December and January see their GP right up until the 12-week mark because they haven't been able to get a midwife.
Would give them the initial information and they would go and find a midwife, and you might not see them for quite a while until they're showing up with their baby at the end of another 9 months. But at that time of year you might still be seeing them at the 12, 13-week mark and organising some tests which you wouldn't normally be organising.
He says after the first trimester, most GPs refer the woman to a hospital if she doesn't have a midwife. Midwives were added to Immigration New Zealand's immediate skills shortage list in February in an attempt to address the issue. Ministry data shows since July last year, 25 visa applications have been approved where the person's occupation was stated as midwife. For Checkpoint, Emma Hatton.